I am so excited about being here with you guys today. And as you're all jumping in on Facebook, we had our little timer going so that you could join us a little bit early. We're going to focus on growing together in 2023. And please use the comment section and someone will respond to you, answer your comments. It may be a little hard while I'm speaking, but we will get back to you and it'll create some engagement here. I really would love for you guys to just throw out some ideas as to what do you do at year end. Like when Thanksgiving's kind of my trigger. I know I've got like 6 weeks where I can assess the previous year. I can really think about what's going to be happening next. Look forward to the new year. What do you guys do? How do you put it in the comments below? What do you do to end one year and start a new year? Do you have some traditions and habits maybe that came from family, maybe came from friends, maybe came from mentors or colleagues? Share with us. Maybe there's a great book you've read that taught you some principles about starting new year. I remember I did an online course with oh wow, I'm drawing a blank, but it was How to Have Your Best Year Ever. And it was a great course and really focused on things you needed to do different to make this year the best year ever. But we're going to talk for just a minute about what we're going to do this next year. You know, I want to teach you a principle. I want to give you a tool. I want to hear how excited you are about 2023. But I want to go backwards to when Lori and I started in our business. And I want to pull a nugget, a kind of a piece of wisdom that I think was the greatest thing that we learned so that we can grow together in, 2023. What was something that we learned that now seems critically important to moving into this new year? For a new person that says, hey, you know what? Maybe I've started my Juice Plus business, or I've tried other entrepreneurial things, or maybe I've never left my secure zone of being stuck in, with a job or a career, or just trading hours for dollars. I've never left that mindset, but I'm ready. And you've heard me say, Lori and I had that Sunday way back when we knew we wanted her to be able to stay at home with our kids, but it just got to the point where we decided we're going to do something about it. And it was that day, that Kairos moment, that we made that change. And Kairos moment is something in my book you all can read about. It's a wonderful word study on time, but it means seize the moment, not just the next clicking moment away. And I was reading some stuff by John Maxwell recently. He's a great go-to source for leadership and just good principles. He's just a man of principle. And he said the key to his success as a leader was when he changed from a goal mindset. How many of you have set goals and New Year's resolutions that didn't last till the end of January, to a growth mindset? His key to success was when he changed from a goal, G-O-A-L, goal mindset to a growth mindset. That was a huge, just amazing takeaway nugget for me. So how many of you like that idea of thinking about becoming better, growing, building the business you want? Instead of setting goals and having a goal mindset, what if you had a growth mindset? A growth mindset. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's hear your comments. Can we all agree to have a growth mindset in 2023? Because I think that's what it's all about. We've all got, if we set goals, they'd all be different. If we had from a growth mindset, that just means that from where we start this year, we're going to grow. Maybe it's each month taking a baby step. What's a baby step you need to take in your business right now? Or what's a baby step you need to take in your life right now as we go into 2023? Let's list some of those baby steps, because they're just as important as the big goals. Because how do you reach the big goals? How do you grow big without growing small and taking those baby steps first? Okay? So let's take that into this new year as we decide to grow together. But there's that one nugget that I was talking about that I really wanted to teach you, one principle that I think is so, so important. And that principle is how you manage your time. I'll back up for 1 minute and I'll introduce the concept of stewardship when I talk about time management, because I really believe there's three areas of our life we need to be stewards over. God calls us to be stewards, and that's our money. And whether you do a good job of it or not, there's people out there that want to tell you how to manage your money. You need to pay your taxes. You don't want to be in debt. You need to tithe and give to those that are less fortunate than you are, and you need to save. So we know how to manage our money. Do we do a good job of it? Some of us do, maybe some of us don't. But that concept is there. And then maybe not as prevalent, but we buy gadgets and planners and gizmos to manage our time better. I think we're all looking for that 25th hour in the day. We want to be better managers of our time. And we're going to focus a lot on this call on a nugget that I learned that was super important. Maybe not how to manage your time, but a perspective on managing your time. And then the third thing I think we have to manage that's super important in our business is you manage the relational capital God gives you. That's really what leadership's all about. Again, back to John Maxwell, he says leadership is influence. It's totally measured by how many you influence. And, influence is leadership. So both those things are super important. But let's talk about not just time management, but being a steward over our time, prioritizing our time right. And I would say, with my degree from Georgia Tech and Emory and the Master's in Biblical Studies from Logos, all these super classes and coursework that I took, it was kind of a naive perspective of something that we really wanted, where we just listened to people that had gone before us when we started this business. No schooling that I had prepared me for this business. Never did I think we'd be in a business like this, when I was in my fourth year of calculus or microbiology or organic chemistry at Emory or, studying theology. Never did I think I'd be doing something like this. But when we decided, and I really believe God put this in front of us to meet that need that Lori and I shared with you. She wanted to be at home, and that's where it started. But I really believe, and it'd be good, right? In the comments right now, what made you decide to start this business? If you're already in the Juice Plus business or you're just getting started, would love to hear. Lori wanted to stay at home was our driving influence to get us started. What was your influence or your impetus to start this business? It might be a health thing. For us, it was a business decision. It might be a business decision for you. Would love to hear what your reasoning was as to why you decided to start this business. But the one thing we learned, not from college, undergraduate, master's degree, not from anything that, any background that we had, but when we got in this business, we went and saw people that were more successful than us. We sat in a chair. They were at the front of the room with a whiteboard and a marker, and they influenced us. And they told us that we had to learn how to manage our month. That the number one most important thing was learning how to make sure that you grew every month, that you grew your paycheck every month. And that principle was instilled in us. And I think in the beginning, we actually missed qualifying for our performance bonus 1 month. And that impacted us to never do it again. But they told us we needed to manage our month, that we needed to learn how to start a month with good intentions, manage it, and then finish it well, and make sure that we qualified our business every month. So I want you to think right now, the number one thing I want you to be thinking about so far is, are you managing your month well? I think if you took tradition or historical ways to manage your calendar, it would be set goals by the month or year or at a bigger level. You plan out your week, and then you activate, you do your daily things. And those are very true. But as you think about taking that into our business, planning your week and taking your activities down to a daily level, that daily method of operation is super important. But what I want you to think about is the month. What are your intentions this month? What are your plans to make those intentions happen? And then what are you going to do to make sure you finish and don't procrastinate at the end of the month? Okay? So let's look at the next slide. And I kind of already talked about this, but literally, if someone asked me today, what's the key to your success? What's the number one thing you learned when you got started? You and Lori got started to build the business you have today. And I would say it was calendar management, monthly management, understanding I got paid monthly. I got paid by the 10th of each month on what I did the previous month. So what I was trying to do was get myself positioned to not leave any money on the table. And that's a whole nother training, but that's basically getting to sales coordinator as soon as you can. And then second, that I was hitting targets and goals and activities to grow my paycheck. So I wanted to be positioned so I didn't leave money on the table. And then I wanted to do the things necessary to get sales profit, title rewards, sponsor rewards, and all my bonuses for the month. Okay? So I had to learn how to do that, because if I didn't, my paycheck would not reflect what I wanted it to reflect. I think also it was learning that I could roll up my sleeves and get a lot done at the end of the month too. I don't know if you can think about this concept, but my son, Zach, my youngest son, one of the lessons I learned from him that I want to teach you right now is it's about procrastination versus urgency and how we perform as humans. You know, humans, I think, procrastinate by nature. Just that's how we behave. That's what we've learned. We just postpone the inevitable. And so Zach was off at college. He's smart. All my kids are smart. God gave them great intelligence. I'm just very grateful for that. And Zach, I was talking to him one day. I'm exhausted, Dad. I'm so tired. I said, why are you sleeping? Well, I think I called him, and he was asleep at 11 o'clock in the morning. What do you say? I'm exhausted. I just finished my test. I said, why are you so tired? He said, I hadn't slept in 4 days. I said, why, Zach? He said, I had to study for my exam. He said, I've just been drinking coffee and staying up for 4 days getting ready for this exam. I said, did you just find out 4 days ago that you had an exam? And he said, no, Dad. He said, I just wasn't ready, and, getting an F was not an option. I wanted an A, and I just decided I was going to do what it took. So he stayed up all night, was tired, grouchy, didn't get sleep. But you know what? He got an A on the test. He did great. It was that last minute, I got options here. I can get an F and not do what I decided I wanted to do, or I can study and make an A and hit my target and hit my goal. And he did. He performed in that last minute. So urgency can be, instead of creating panic, urgency can be a great tool and a great motivator. We're going to learn how to use urgency too. So when I got in this business, when you got in this business, this might be the wrong term, and residual income makes you think you don't have to do anything. It's not like you can just kick back and do nothing. But we wanted to create some recurring income, because I think the goal, for me, I know, when Lori got started, it was to make $1,000 a month, and we could have built a small customer base to do that, and we got 38 customers our first month. But when I joined her, what I saw was I no longer felt like it was a good, wise decision to move forward with a plan to trade hours for dollars the rest of my life. Think about that. Salary, hourly worker. Are you taking your presence, your body, your energy, your time, your resources, are you taking that and are you going somewhere or doing something for someone and trading away your hours for a paycheck? How long do you want to do that? Do you want to make yourself more available to do what you're called to do, what your desires in life are, what your God-given purpose is? That's what I wrote that book, Make a Life, Not Just a Living For, because I think we all should pursue that. But my real goal was I wanted to stop trading hours for dollars. I wanted this business, this system that I built, to pay me beyond just what I was doing today with my hands and time and trading hours for dollars. I wanted to build something that paid me beyond what just I could do with my capacity. I wanted to build a team. I wanted to build a business system. And this offered me the ability to do that. And what I learned quickly when we focused on managing the month, getting stuff done to get your paycheck, what I learned is that desire to stop trading hours for dollars was dependent upon me building a business where our compensation plan's 3% performance bonus would be the biggest part of my paycheck. I had to comprehend that, because in the beginning, 3% of my team is how much? Well, in the beginning, it was just me. And 3% of my team would be 3% of zero, so it would have been very small, but it would become the biggest part of my paycheck. It would become the biggest part of my paycheck. And I began to realize that a team of one, a team of me, or a team of Lori, a team of one is too small a number to achieve greatness. And if I wanted to achieve greatness, I needed to build a team. I needed to focus on the month. I needed to make sure that I could do what I needed to do now to sustain myself while I built the business I desired. And I had to learn in that month that I was managing to create that paycheck. In the beginning, it was sales profit. It was commissions, that 5, 10, 15% commission. It was title rewards and sponsor rewards as I looked for my 5 key people that I wanted to build my business so I could become a national marketing director and have all those benefits. It was that journey of each and every month relying on sales profit, commissions, title rewards, sponsor rewards while I was building my business so that my 3% performance bonus became the largest part of my paycheck so that I didn't have to trade hours for dollars again the rest of my life. And, 4 generations of my family are on this product, and 3 generations are no longer trading hours for dollars, and they've built a business where that 3% performance bonus feeds them and funds them. Okay? So, how do we do this? How do we focus on the month, understand why we got in this business? We got in this business to stop trading hours for dollars. So we've got to build our business, make sure we're qualified for that 3% performance bonus because it's going to be the biggest part of our income. If we're going to be a leader and we're going to influence others, we need to teach others the importance of understanding you got in this business for the performance bonus to be your bread and butter and to fund an income and a lifestyle that allowed you to stop trading hours for dollars. So you want to influence people to do that and see the importance of the performance bonus, okay? So we're going to learn that in managing our month. But there's some other things. Those are the business things. Here's another principle that I'd love to teach you in 2023 as we begin to manage our month, and that is have a quiet start, a time every day where you have your quiet time to start your day. It's that time before the bells, dings, and whistles go off of people demanding your attention that you can focus and put the good stuff in, fill your car up, your body, your brain with a good fuel so that you can get high output production out of that day before the world throws trash and bad fuel into your body and your life. So we're going to talk about starting each day with that quiet time, that special moment. We're going to use a rhythm that I've used for decades that I know works. So in order to manage your month well, we've talked about why and the importance of that, qualifying your business, getting positioned, managing your paycheck. In order to do that, we're going to pick 2 points to make sure that month is successful. We're going to start well. We're going to start the month well. We're not going to let the beginning be weak. We're going to be out of the gates with a plan of growth. There's still kind of goals. We talked about, going from a goal mindset to a growth mindset. You got to grow this month so your goals come out of how we define growth. Okay, so we're going to grow. We got to start we're going to look back to see where we stand at the beginning of the month, really asking 3 questions, and we'll get into more detail about that. What went well last month? You got to keep doing. What went wrong? We got to stop. And what do we need to change to do different to make this the best month ever? Those are things we use in our Start Well conversation. And you're going to have information. You're going to have your end of the month PVC report with all your data of what your team and your productivity was, so you've got some measuring things. Then we're going to take the middle part of that month, implement the plan, and then we're going to finish strong. We're going to look at, with a week left in the month, we're going to look at where we are, see what we got to do to finish, and we're going to roll up our sleeves and we're going to get it done. Getting an F and procrastinating and restarting into the next month is not going to be an option in 23, guys. We're in the health industry and we need to be healthy, so we don't want to drink coffee all night for 4 days. But you know what? Whatever we got to do to roll up our sleeves, buckle down, in that moment, sacrifice, and get done what we need to do that last week of the month as a team, not by yourself, to make sure you hit your goals, hit your targets, so you've managed your month well. That means you've managed your paycheck well. That means you're managing your business and growing it into that business where your 3% is going to allow you to stop trading hours for dollars. So that's the rhythm we're going to use each month. And actually, at least the first quarter of 2023, tell me, I'd love to hear how excited you are about the new year. I just want to hear what you're thinking about the new year. But as we move into 2023, I'm going to take 3 months and be with you live on a coaching call. We can all join together. I'm not going to be able to like get into each person's individual conditions. It's going to be accountability that we start well. We're going to, get you to come to the table with your end of the month report so we can ask you those 3 questions and you can be pondering them and answering them. Does that sound good? How many of you are willing to jump on the first Wednesday of each month for the first quarter of 2023? We can keep doing it if we want to do it. But the January the 4th, February the 1st, March 1st, those 3 days, we're going to be at 10:30 a.m. We're going to be online together, live, to talk about starting well, to build those habits into yourself. You may have a mentor or an upline. Get them on there with you, and let's walk through this process, and then y'all can continue it one-on-one, okay? And in those 3 months, we're going to do a finish strong call right around the 3rd week of the month when you get that final PVC growth report from the company. And that's going to be January 25th, February 22nd, and March 22nd. Those details will be coming to you later. But I'd love to hear like hands up, thumbs up, whatever emoji you want to use. I'm all in. I'm going to do these 3 coaching calls with you, Curt, in 2023. So we're going to have that to support that rhythm of start well, finish strong. And love seeing all your comments. I mean, I didn't even ask you in the beginning. I'd love to know just where are you calling from? Where are you right now about to get into the holiday season? It's the last breath before Christmas. Drop a line in there and tell us where you're joining us from today. So we're going to start well, finish strong, and then we're going to do that group coaching we just talked about. And sometimes do you forget? You ever do a presentation and you forget you have a slide and you just get excited and you're talking about it? So group coaching Q1, we talked about that. January 4th, February 1st, March 1st, the start your month strong, start well. And then the 25th, 22nd, and 22nd, the 3rd week, the finish strong call. Start well, finish strong, okay? And we have a tool for you guys. Now, the last thing I want to do is to be a printer, to create a store online to sell stuff, because our Juice Plus business pays us phenomenally well. I mean, more than we ever deserved, and that's what I want to do. I want to build that income with you guys. I'm not in the book printing business, but some of you are going to want a journal, so I think we got them 3 for $10. We got them as cheap as we could so we could ship them efficiently. You can download pages off our website, makealife.com/grow. And then very soon, Trey Bowden, who's amazing at magical tricks with digital technology, he's going to have a way you can download a version of this. I think it's Notability or GoodNotes, where you can download the planner and have it on your iPad. But I like having a paper journal. And let me talk about this for a minute. This is not to replace your calendar. It is not like a master scheduling thing. I mean, most of us have moved into a digital place where that's our master calendar. I mean, I know I need some reminders. I need a ding or a whistle. I need Siri to tell me what to do. So I'm at that place in my life where I love having it digitally. And whether I pick up my phone, my iPad, or my MacBook Pro, my calendar's there. This is a journal for you to be intentional about your month. It has the quiet start built into it. It has a weekly plan built into it, identifying the big rocks that are important to our business. It has a fresh memory jogger for you to fill out so you know the relationships you're going to work with each month. And it's going to help us learn to manage our month. I'm super excited about having it for me. If you just want to listen to me talk and not get one for yourself, that's fine. I think it's a tool that would help you. I think you probably ought to get 3 of them and try it. And if you develop your own system, you don't like it, that's fine. But it's your small. It's going to be, I don't even have one to hold it. They're going to come in like today. It's in a craft type. It's going to look something like this. Not exactly, something like this. I stuck my voting sticker on mine, but it's going to look like this craft. Whoa, this is not doing very good on my craft kind of moleskin looking journal. And those will be ready. It's small. It's going to have your stuff in it. That was a mocked up version as our trial. But I'm excited about having it for me to help me manage my relationships, my big rocks. It helps me ask those 3 questions of myself on a regular basis. And we're going to use it. You don't have to use it. You can download the pages and print them for free instantly. And then there'll be a way for you to put it on your iPad too in the next week or so. So makealife.com/grow is where you can get those growth planners. And some of your leaders got one from me as a way for me to help mentor them and pass some of this stuff along, and they can show you theirs, and maybe they'll talk to you about that too. So we're excited about having the Growth Planner to help us. A place and a way to be intentional, to manage our big rocks, manage our relationships, keep our fresh memory jogger in front of us, to make wise decisions of how we use our time, to plant, to grow, and harvest. There are going to be activities. You need to plant seeds, you need to nurture those seeds, and then you need to harvest. So we need to be reaching out to put seeds in the ground into new relationships with our product and our business. We need to be, monitoring those and pushing, follow up and bringing those further along, just like a farmer would his crops. And then we need to harvest and see results from those things. And we're going to focus on that. That's why we're calling it our Growth Planner. We're going to use that theme of planting and sowing and reaping the harvest we want to reap. So I want us to do this together. I'm super excited about it. This video will stay here on this Facebook page or on this YouTube channel, wherever you've watched it. It's not going away. It's kind of our intro to explain what we're doing. There's 6 or 7 videos that Hope, my daughter, and I did about explaining how to use the journal. But I would love, just as we wrap up, who's in? I mean, who's going to do this with us, at least for the first 3 months? I know for a fact that I can help you. I can change your paycheck to help you get consistent income, and we can get you to a place where you can stop trading hours for dollars. Wouldn't that be a great goal for 2023? But it has to start with you learning how to manage your month, making wise decisions so that what you do today creates the paycheck for tomorrow, and we grow and impact that in an increasing capacity every month, okay? Thanks for joining me. I'm super pumped. makealife.com/grow is where you can find a lot of these resources, and we're going to have an amazing 2023 together, okay? Be blessed. Have a great Christmas.